for joining us for our new series, Open for Justice. My name is Damon Daniel, President and CEO of the Ad Hoc Group Against Crime. Open for Justice is a new series that we are introducing. It's going to feature unsolved homicides as well as missing persons. You're going to hear from case detectives as well as family members of those who've gone missing, as well as those who have cases that are unsolved. And most important, we need your help in all of this, because these cases have one thing in common. They're still open for justice. There's key information that we're looking for and that you can help. So keep tuning in and keep sharing these videos with your family, friends, and loved ones as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you.
My name is Stuart Littlefield, and I'm a detective with the Kansas Police Department Cold Case Unit. We're here to talk about the homicide of Casey Gillepsie on March 11th, 2018. Casey went to the Forest Glen apartment complex to meet someone for an online purchase. While he was there, the subject got into his vehicle. He was driving a white Chevy Suburban. At some point during the transaction, the subject tried to rob Casey. Casey drove away with the subject still in the vehicle, and while he was driving, the subject shot and killed him. Then he bailed out of the moving vehicle and ran back towards the complex. There is no surveillance from the apartment complex. At that time, they did not have surveillance video. While our homicides are down right now, gun violence in general is at an all-time high for the Kansas City metropolitan area. I have stood on both sides of the crime scene tape. I've been inside as an investigator, and I've been outside as a member of a victim's family. And I can tell you that the helplessness I felt standing outside that crime scene was unlike anything I ever expected to experience. Casey was 19 years old when he was murdered, and he left behind a loving family. His mother and his father have constantly fought for justice for him. They go to every memorial that we have. We have a candlelight vigil every Christmas, and they bring an ornament with Casey's picture on it. It hangs there every year, and they do not let people forget about his crime and do not let people forget about his murder.
My son was Casey Alexander Joe Gillepsie.
And I'm Casey's mom.
Help somebody if you would, in a heartbeat. Stop to help or anything.
He was a jokester, always had a smile on his face and a big heart. One thing for Casey, it was family was really important, and his daughter, Callie, he
Worshipped
took her,
loved her to death.
you know, wherever he went, she went with him. He was a young dad, but he was really proud of Callie.
But I do know work was more important to him. His first job was at Freddy's steaking burger shop. He loved working there. All of his crew workers loved working with him. We stopped by the restaurant today, and the manager that worked with him at the time, she still works there, and she loved it. Said it was one of the best employees she had. He loved playing video games, and I think he was wanting to see about making games and stuff like that.
I think with his job, just, like traveling, he worked for Smithfield Foods. I think that was a goal for him. He also liked working on cars and liked old school cars and fixing them up. And my message would be, we need to get justice for Casey. I mean, they don't realize that, Casey's murder is still out there, and losing someone to violence, your life just changes in an instant. Just do the right thing, and if you have any tips, just report them, because you never know. This person that was Casey's murderer, it could affect your life. It's a living hell. I mean, different people are like, you're supposed to get over this. Your son's gone, you need to move on with your life, but you can't.
You don't. You cannot get over grief.
For people to say that, it's like, you're lucky that you don't have to know the grief. We have to explain to Callie, 'cause she asked about her dad. You know, a couple months ago, she goes, "Do you have the phone number up in heaven so I can call my dad? Because I really miss him."
Most of these cases have many witnesses. In the case of Casey Gillespie's homicide, there were several people outside at the time of the crime. And when the suspect jumped from the vehicle, he ran back towards an apartment complex that had a large number of people outside before the police arrived. And my message to those people is, if you see something, say something. It is very rare that we have a crime that has no witnesses. And it doesn't take very much to make a phone call or to tell somebody, whether it's a police officer you know, or whether it's a member of your clergy. But if you have information, you can reach out and you can help these victims of these crimes. If you have any information about the murder of Casey Gillespie or any other murder in the Kansas City, Kansas area, you can reach us at coldcase@kckpd.org.
Justice for Casey.
Hello, and thank you for watching our Open for Justice session. And this is on Casey Gillespie. And so you've heard from his parents, you've heard from law enforcement as well. I just want to come and encourage everyone out there who sees this to speak up and share what you know so that justice can be served. You've seen the mother and father who are still grieving the loss of their loved one, and that pain, that void is still there, but you can help make it a little bit easier by sharing what you know so that justice can be served and so they can get some sense of closure. For me, this case is very important because I've known the Gillespie family for quite some time, actually since this incident occurred. And for me, just seeing Casey's daughter and knowing that she won't ever really know her dad, only through the memories and stories that are shared. But hopefully another lovely memory would be that the person who's responsible is finally brought to justice. Again, you can give us a call at 816-753-1111, or you can call 474-TIPS and share what you know. No matter how small it is, every piece of information is like pieces to a puzzle. Every piece of information matters. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Take care.